Hey guys, I'm Clint Flairwoo and welcome back to another Division 2 build video, and today I'm going to show you my Pulse PVE build, which is all about crowd control, damage, consistently buffing your teammates. It's a great solo build. It is perfect for PVE content. It can be hard missions, challenging missions, heroic missions. This particular build holds its own in any format of PVE, and it's a silly amount of fun as well, which also helps. Let's take a look. And here you have it. I'm running the survivalist specialization first and foremost. That is integral to the build and how I've set this together for you guys if you do want to mimic or copy or steal any ideas from this whatsoever. But the survivalist specialization is the best option to go for, in my honest opinion. There are 3 magic talents on this particular build that helps you get to where you and your team need to be, and again consistently buff your team. The Pulse has a 30-second cooldown. The drone has a 30-second cooldown. It's that good. It is really good. It's very good PvE build. I'm going to go through each gear piece and I'll show you the magic talents that help really push this build to another level. We'll start with the mask. It's a Gila Guard mask, and the first brand set bonus is 5% total armor. The attributes on the build: 23% hazard protection and 7% cooldown reduction. The talent, the first magic talent to use, is Spotter. 10% weapon damage to pulsed enemies. That's exceptionally good because you're going to get that 10% weapon damage in every fight you come against. It's true, and again, you'll see in the footage, and if you do set this build up, you can see the consistent cooldowns that you can have with the Pulse. And this is not min-max by any stretch of the imagination. You can push this to another level given min-maxing and the right rolls on the gear to again fit into your playstyle in the Division 2. However, on the mask, Spotter, key talent, this will give you that 10% weapon damage to pulsed enemies. Generally, people say there's a cooldown of 100 seconds. As you can see, my skill power is 1687. That is not a great skill build. Skill builds, you look in 3.5, 4,000. This is 1687. Why is it that good? Right, well, once we go through the gear, you'll see how I've got it set up, and you'll understand the concept and the key talents that help you build something like this. In terms of the mods, skill power with explosive damage and grenade damage. You can spam grenades quite easily and cause a lot of damage with this build because of the mods and the gear. This is the perfect build to stay from a distance, chuck in the Pulse. You've got a drone that gives you consistent healing, strong healing all the time. Again, this build is that good. We'll look at the chest piece. The chest piece is an Alps Summit Armament brand set. I'm rolling with the one piece that gives me 10% cooldown reduction, which is key. Make sure you have as much cooldown reduction as possible on this build. Skill power as the major attribute, as well as health. Destructive as the important talent again. Not a magic talent, but it's an important talent because, again, you can spam nades and you can deal a very huge amount of damage with this, and it is that good. Again, from afar, it's all about buffing your teammates. Grenades will help stagger enemies and put you and your team in a good place to deal more damage with the Pulse. That buffs not only you, but buffs the team. The mods: skill power with drone skill power and chem launcher skill power. Ideal scenario would like drone skill power as the major on that mod. However, it is what it is. It's the best skill power drone I have. In terms of defensive protocol mod slot, it's health, armor regeneration, and armor on kill. And then the offensive mod slot is 1.5% weapon damage, and then 2% damage to armor, which is good, and 2% SMG damage. I'm not rolling with an SMG, but that's just how this mod is set up. Now we'll look at the holster. The holster is Douglas & Harding with 5% accuracy, a big boost to skill power of 705. That's why I'm rolling with this particular brand set. And the talent Devastating, which gives you 5% weapon damage. In all honesty, this can be switched out for a Fenris group one to get you more assault rifle damage, or you could change the talent to hard hitting. But again, this is what I've got. This is the best piece that I have. It gives me a little bit of accuracy, but the skill power to boost it up as much as possible. The mod is skill power, drone skill power, and firefly skill power. Now this is a really special piece. We look in the China Light Industries Corporation. I'm going to get 10% explosive damage. So again, that all goes towards grenades. That means going to be some hefty explosions when I chuck one of those. The key attribute, cooldown reduction of 12%. Again, I want to get my skills back as quickly as possible, so I'm dealing more damage and I'm helping the team, and also I'm staying alive and the drone is consistently healing me. Key talent, magic talent, calculated. Kills from cover reduce skill cooldowns by 20%. Now with this particular talent, you're in cover and you will spend a lot of your time in cover in the Division 2 PVE. So this is a very, very good skill-based talent to have. It's 7 or more requirements for electronics. You see I'm rolling with 10. So this is easily activated. Again, sitting in cover, this will easily shave off 10 to 12 seconds of each kill you can do. And again, whether it be red bar, purple bar, or elite enemies, you're not packing a huge punch rolling with the 4 damage bars. But still, given how this is set up and how the pulse will buff you in your primary weapon, this is a really, really key magic talent to have on the build. Personally, it's the go-to in this situation. In terms of the mod, it is weapon damage, headshot damage, and optimal range. The gloves, again, magic talent coming. Weapon handling 10%. I want to be as accurate as possible. So weapon handling is a decent 10% buff. Attributes health and assault rifle damage. Again, you want to do damage on this build, so assault rifle damage is key. Magic talent, wicked. Plus 10% weapon damage to status affected enemies. Is pulse a status effect? The mod that I'm using, yes, it delivers status effects to enemies. It will highlight them and you will add that 10% weapon damage. So you get the 10% weapon damage from spotter, and then on the gloves you get an extra 10% weapon damage through the talent wicked. Now, with the talent spotter, that has been buffed in the next patch from 10% to 20%. So if you're looking at building this the next couple of weeks, you're going to get a 30% weapon damage from your mask and your gloves combined, which is a really good way to build. Again, this is a skill-ish build, not completely driven in that scenario. It gives you the option to do some damage as well. So it does a little bit of everything, but does it well. Okay. The backpack is a 511 tactical, 5% protection from elites, critical hit damage, skill power, more cooldown reduction, and the talents, key talents, safeguard, killing a target grants 150% bonus to repairing and healing effects for 20 seconds. Now we'll stop right there. The next patch, this will be nerfed. It will be killing a target grants a 50% bonus to repairing and healing effects for 5 seconds. So in its current shape and form, it is an OP talent to have, and it's the best talent to have on this build in my opinion, because you've got the drone which is healing you very nicely, and then you have, when you take an enemy down, you have that really nice kick in of healing, which is going to make you very, very powerful and to deliver more damage consistently because you're consistently being healed. So this is a really good talent to have. Even after the nerf, it will be still a useful talent, and you will need 4 or less. The requirements once it's been patched, you can see I still fit into that criteria, so this will still be active on the build. Destructive, explosive damage of 20%. Again, very handy. Grenades, spam those grenades, you're dealing a lot of damage. I mean, what you could do if you wanted to, you could change your drone for seeker mines to have that really nice explosive damage. That is an option. However, I like staying alive. I like staying alive as long as possible and staying in the fight. So a drone is a good option. You could use a chem launcher in all honesty, but I like the drone. I think it's a nice healing buff to have. And skill power, and you guessed it, explosives damage, because I will be spamming nades on this build. Weapons, again, the primary synergizes exceptionally well with this build. We'll go through it. It is a military G36, damage of 14.6k, RPM is 825, which is nice for this particular weapon archetype. 40 in the mag, an okay accuracy, decent stability, reload time of 2.2 seconds. The critical strike range is the generic 10 to 45 meters in the AR world. But the talent, this is the talent you will need to make sure that your cooldown is even stronger. Perpetuation, kills grant plus 5% skill duration. Ammo and charges to the next skill used. Max stack is 10. So again, you will get that plus 5% skill duration. Max stack is 10. So you can have 50% skill duration. So your drone could be 50% longer. Your pulse can be 50% longer. Once you are taking enemies out with this awesome talent, is really, really good. It's not a PvP talent. It's not. And don't use this in PvP. I would not recommend it. I would use this in PvE and PvE alone. But you're going to get these buffs all the time. So it's really, really good talent to have. Allegro, again, I like Allegro plus 10% rate of fire because you're going to hit more often and quicker. So Allegro is key. Overlap, while holstered, your equipped weapon gains a handling bonus based on this weapon's type. And the mods is accuracy, rounds, critical hit chance, and damage to elites. The secondary, again, from a bit of a distance, if I'm running out of ammo on my G36, I've got this SIG 716 with the talents Eyeless, Accurate, and Zen. And the mods are looking accurate, headshot damage, critical hit chance, and stability. Now the skills. We'll start with the drone. The drone has an 85.1 second cooldown. Ignore that. Ignore it. Again, two key tips. First tip is make sure when it's 10 seconds to go on your drone, you just hold in your left bumper if you're on an Xbox One until it again dismantles. Once that's dismantled, you will get half that time, so you're looking about 45 seconds. However, using the talents they have, like calculated and perpetuation on your G36, it makes it 30 seconds. Easy as that. No brainer for me. Getting this talent back or this skill variant back in 30 seconds is very, very good. It will last an awful long time because of the kills you're pumping into it and how the build is set out with calculated as well. Very, very good. So that's how I'm rolling with the drone. In terms of the mods, cooldown reduction, armor repair, and duration. It's a little bit of everything. You could go for a really cool cooldown and go for 3 on there. However, I want my armor repair to be strong, so for an extra 14%, 28% longer, and then the cooldown to 10%. So I'm in a good place. It's a 30-second cooldown, trust me. It's perfect how it is. Again, healing, you're going to get 14,437 per tick, which is cool. Duration, 231 seconds. It will last longer, trust me. And then your primary one is the pulse, which is how the build is centered. And if we talked about the glove that's utilizing the talent Wicked, that says the 10% weapon damage to status effect enemies. As you can see, the remote pulse applies pulse status effect on affected target. It is a status effect and it does work. I've tested it. Really, really good, handy talent to have on the build. Pulse is very good, but make sure you use the remote pulse, which is the best pulse of the three. It's deployed at a set location, continually pulses the nearby area of hostiles and visually highlights them on the agent's HUD. Now, in terms of the mods, well, firstly, cooldown 85.6 seconds. It is not that, ignore it. Your cooldown will be 30 seconds once you're taking enemies out and you've got the relevant talents on your gear. It's 30 seconds. And the mods, the effect duration 27.5% and the cooldown of 22.3%. What I would like on these particular mods is radius. Get radius on there and it's even stronger, which we can make sure it can pulse more enemies. So personally, radius are the ones to go for. I've only come across some really weak ones. I've not used them. I've used these because they're stronger. But if you find some really sexy radius mods, it is absolutely sublime, the pulse. Okay? This is it. We'll go through the specialization very, very, very briefly. Again, I'm running Survivalist, and what you need to look at is this talent, Survivalist Tactical Link talent. Group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. Once you pulse an enemy, they are under a status effect. That means your team will get the 10% bonus damage. No brainer again. This is why you run Pulse. This is why this build is very good for PVE, because you're consistently buffing your team, whether it be via the Survivalist Tactical Link, and that's 10% bonus damage. Your teammates can see where your enemies are, your opponents, and it is available all the time. You've got a very, very small cooldown with this that makes this Pulse very, very strong. And I've not invested much into skill power. It's only going at 1/6. So imagine if you went full board, skill power, you'd be in such a good place to deal insane damage as a team unit. But guys, this is my Pulse build for the Division 2. This is PvE, any type of mission, any bounty, anything to do PvE related, it absolutely wrecks, and it gives so many buffs, not just to you, but to the team as well. It's an awesome team build. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like, it helps me and the channel immensely. And if you want to see more Division 2 content, you know what to do, sub to the channel. Okay guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.